Hey everybody, it's Governor Gavin Newsom, and it's a real honor for me to briefly talk to you a little bit about the future of our economy. Not only here in California, but the future of the economy in California that impacts the rest of the economy all throughout the nation. To be here to talk a little bit about reimagining, not just rebuilding it here at home. I think you all would agree California's assets are unparalleled innovation, the entrepreneurial spirit that defines the best of the state, the diversity of our people, our world-class higher education system, as well as a history of leadership are why so many of us are here today. This is a state that sees opportunities always and knows that we can solve vexing and challenging problems, but only if we focus on a mindset of growth and inclusion, where everyone has a seat at the table. So as we tackle these difficult and challenging issues like recovering from this pandemic-induced recession, addressing issues like climate change and the climate crisis, as well as reimagining and redefining the jobs of the future, we come with a mindset that California will continue to lead the nation. Just think about this. Talk about leadership. Which in the last couple of months, California's added almost 300,000 new jobs to the economy, 275,700 just in the last 2 months to be exact. Just think about the February jobs numbers. 41% of America's jobs came from the state of California. So when we talk about this economy coming back, we talk about it coming roaring back. But it will only come back if we're mindful of the work that still needs to be done. And while we're proud to have 25 million shots into people's arms, better, by the way, than all but 5 nations, and the fact that we continue to have the lowest positivity rate in the nation, we are mindful of the significant work ahead of us. Not only to get more vaccines, more shots into people's arms, but to do the good work that we've done by continuing to do what we refer to as all the non-pharmaceutical interventions, like continuing to wear face coverings and wear face masks. If we do, we are well on our way, on track to fully reopen this economy beyond the blueprint by June 15th, in just a number of weeks. So as we continue to do that, as we continue to focus on our efforts to reimagine and rebuild, let us remind ourselves that we can't run that 90-yard dash. And if we run the 100-yard dash, I assure you, we're going to get out of this tunnel, and that bright light that we see at the end of that tunnel will be brighter still. What's more, and speaking of brighter, than just getting through this difficult pandemic-induced recession is also doing it with some healthy reserves. In fact, we are enjoying the highest reserves in our state's history. We're enjoying a surplus, not a deficit, despite the challenges and some of the headwinds associated with this COVID-induced recession. We're running a general fund revenue surplus just since January of some $14.3 billion above the January forecast, some $3.8 billion, exceeding the February cash flow estimates. When I say, again, we're not just coming back, again, there's proof points that the state really will come roaring back. I'll continue to say this as a small business person myself, someone who's proud to have created hundreds of jobs in this state as a small business person, that this is the best damn state to do business. I really believe that. And by the way, don't take my word for it. Just consider the 442,000 individuals who filed for new business license during 2020. By the way, that's a 21.7% increase from the year prior. That gives you a sense of people's optimism about the fate and future of this state. California continues not only to be the #1 innovative state according to Bloomberg Index, but continues to lead the nation in those new business starts. We're still the most innovative state in the nation, receiving over half, 50% of our nation's venture capital funding. Look at all the new IPOs, not just in 2020, but look at all the new IPOs so far this year. Some of the biggest in the world, continuing to lead, dominate, candidly, in that space. We're also investing in your space, in innovation, in entrepreneurialism, investing in the important engines of our growth, each and every one of you. In our proposed January budget, we included close to $750 million for job, not only creation, but job retention. Got to have a retention strategy as we continue to support our entrepreneurs and startups. I also included, by the way, new tax incentives through our California Competes program. It's a new grant program we're also going to establish to help support investments and job creation here in the state. We're always mindful, as I said a moment ago, just not only focusing on growth, but equity. And I'm really proud, Adobe, Mattel, Twitter, among them, that recently signed on to California's Equal Pay Pledge. It's gender equality as well. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, there are no wealth taxes, no corporate taxes being proposed that from my perspective, no capital gains, long-term, capital gains tax or even short-term that are being proposed, that if they get to my desk, they'll also be vetoed. In fact, there hasn't been a general tax increase in California in close to a decade. Last one was approved by the voters in 2012. I know today is a great opportunity, worthwhile opportunity for each and every one of us to learn from each and every one of us in this state. And I commend you for thinking big, continuing to push beyond the boundaries that California so often does of expectations and continue to look beyond even jurisdiction. Not only in Northern California, the Bay Area, but the impact you can have all across our state. I wish you well in these series of ongoing discussions, and I look forward to learning more of your conclusions and your recommendations at the end of the discussions. Take care, everybody.